Hey guys, what's up? My name is Travis Monsod and welcome back to the channel. So, in this video, I'd actually like to put together something for you guys. If you are like me and you have a DJ workflow, you obviously want it to be the most portable that you can get. Because if you are actually traveling a lot for DJ gigs, then of course you don't want to be carrying a lot of heavy tech with you. And with that, I actually wanted to see if I can move my DJ workflow into a small, portable tablet. And that is why I got the Apple iPad Air M4. So for this video, I want to show you guys a little bit of my DJ workflow and of course how I was planning to move it into the tablet. Was I able to do so? Let's see. All right, so as a DJ, guys, everyone, of course, has a workflow. To simplify my workflow, I get music and then I put it into a music organization software. I mainly use iTunes slash Apple Music. And that is where I make my playlists. I listen to the music. And of course, that's where I also see what tracks actually work together. Number one is basically music organization. Now, after that, I bring all of what I put together within the music organization software into my software of choice, which is basically Recordbox. And then the secondary option, of course, when it comes to DJ software is not actually Serato. It's not Tractor anymore. It's actually DJ Pro from Algorithm. And of course, if you guys follow me on social media, you guys know why I like using DJ Pro. Simply because of its brilliant beat grids. So going back, after the iTunes slash Apple Music, we go into Recordbox. And with Recordbox, this is where the workflow sort of separates. Because with Recordbox, again, guys, there are two modes that I like to use. One is the export mode, and the other, of course, is the performance mode. So with the export mode, it's very simple. All you have to do is prepare your tracks in Recordbox, mainly the beat grids, the hot cues, the waveforms. You will also be greeted with a lot of other things like phrasing, key, and of course, all of that yumminess from the Recordbox software. And then once you export that into a storage device, an external storage device like a USB drive or even an SSD drive, and you plug it into the Pioneer DJ slash Alpha Theta hardware, all of the information that you need to actually DJ with shows up there. And that's what I have in my home right now. I have a pair of CDJ 2000 Nexus 2s. I have an XDJ RX3. I can use those external storage drives via the export mode of Recordbox. Now, even if we are still in export mode, I can also use the Pro Link function that Recordbox has with the hardware. So while you're still in export mode, if you hook it up via LAN or even via USB cable, in terms of the RX3, Pro Link mode is still used with the hardware. So again, that is the workflow when it comes to export mode. Performance mode, on the other hand, is basically what I've been doing since way back with Tractor. Of course, everyone knows that the DVS system came first, where you put timecode CDs into the hardware, you bring a laptop, and you have an audio interface. That audio interface is now built into the mixers. You don't anymore need to lug it around. You just hook up a USB to the mixer, activate your timecodes, and away we go with the DVS. And then there's also the HID mode, the human interface device mode, that's also under the performance mode of Recordbox. And then that's also using a couple of USB cables hooked up to a hub, and that can also work well with your laptop. But the main idea in the performance mode is actually using your laptop. And that is going to be where all the songs are, all the information. And of course, when it comes to the hardware, you can also use performance mode not just with the heavy duty players, but also with DJ controllers. So for that, I actually also used the Wigo 4, and of course, my trusty DDJ RR from way back. Lately, I got an FLX 4, and when it comes to using all those controllers with performance mode in Rekordbox, if you also watched my MacBook Neo video, I actually used all of those controllers with the MacBook. Of course, not the FLX 4, 'cause I got it after the MacBook Neo. But again, it's about the workflow using a laptop. So basically, that is my workflow. Getting the songs, putting them in the music organization software, putting them into the DJ software, and then looking at how I will DJ with those tracks available to me. Mainly, I use a MacBook Pro 16-inch M4 Pro with 24 gigabytes of memory and of course a 512 storage internal. That is this guy. That's the Mac that I use. My main library is here. And on the flip side, I actually have a Windows laptop, and this is my Asus V16. So Windows and of course the Mac OS, and I have it all right there. And that's what I use for my workflow. Obviously, guys, the 16-inch laptop is a bit heavy to lug around. And of course, the 15-inch, or I think this is a little bit bigger than a 15-inch. But the Windows laptop, even if it's also made of plastic, it's a bit heavy to actually bring around. For video editing or for coding, of course, you want a bigger screen. Again, this is not a video about that. This is about DJing. So what is my portable solution? This is the portable solution. This is the Apple iPad Air M4. So I bought a Magic Keyboard for this iPad. So if I open it, basically it has a keyboard and it has a rest where you can get the iPad. It's magnetically stuck. I don't think I'll need to make a video out of the iPad or its features, as everyone can just look for it online. But the specs are, it has the M4 chip in it with 512 gigabytes worth of internal storage. I've actually tried to edit a previous video on this using, of course, the Resolve app, and not bad. 4K 30, good. DJing wise, I actually moved also some songs into the iPad. Actually, I like how it performs. Namely, Rekordbox and DJ Pro. So for Rekordbox, I was able to move some MP3s onto the internal storage and of course DJ with it using a controller. Wigo 4, check. DDJ RR, check. And of course, we were able to use the new FLX 4, which actually is now with my son. No problems when it comes to the audio routing. No problems when it comes to all the stuff that I would do in my workflow. Mixing, filtering, everything done on the controller. The one thing that I don't have when it comes to using a tablet is, of course, export mode. But because the iPad is using a iOS or an iPad OS version as compared to with the regular Mac, where you're using a Mac OS version of the software, it's a different version. So export mode, I kinda don't have it. I only have basically performance mode in the iPad for now. When it comes to the second DJ software I use, which is basically DJ Pro by Algorithm, everything runs smoothly. Everything, again, in performance mode runs better. I have yet again to see an export mode, although the USBs that I use were also exported properly through the one library. Meaning, if I use a Rekordbox USB that was originally done in my MacBook Pro and I hook it up to the iPad while I'm DJing with DJ Pro, the software reads the USB properly. Of course, I have to use something like a C hub for me to have more ports because this guy only has one port available, one USB-C port available. Now, with the Magic Keyboard, I have another readily USB-C port available, and that's what I use to actually charge this when I'm DJing with the iPad. Again, guys, very, very portable, very small as compared to having to bring around a laptop. So you guys see the appeal of just bringing a tablet to a gig instead of just bringing a laptop. But of course, given the choice, I would just bring a couple of USBs, and the venue has industry standard multiplayers. So, what's my verdict? Am I moving to a tablet? For now, I am going to be pausing the idea of actually moving to a tablet. So as of this video, I'm going to not move my workflow onto a tablet. Why? Because of the limitations of iPad OS and with the export mode, which I really, really use, and the version of Rekordbox that I also am accustomed to, I don't see it still in the Rekordbox app. Maybe a few months or years down the road where the Apple Mac OS and the Apple iPad OS become the same. And if Rekordbox also is developed into a same type of software that you can get on the laptop with the proper export mode, maybe I'll switch then. Now, you're all telling me, why not get a MacBook Neo? That's what I was actually thinking. Getting a MacBook Neo for DJing is actually a better choice than getting a tablet. Yes, you don't get the touchscreen, but with the MacBook Neo, you get the portable size. You get the perks of getting a full version of Rekordbox properly. And of course, you get the functions of having a full laptop running Mac OS, not iPad OS, but Mac OS with you. So basically, getting a MacBook Neo or even getting a MacBook Air would actually suffice when it comes to my DJ workflow being more portable. Yes, it's been entertaining me. I've actually wrote the script of this video on it. I've done a lot of things, and yes, I've actually DJed with it using controllers. When it comes to my export workflow, it holds me back as of this video. Of course, we are all different. You have your own DJ workflow. But for me, right now, because of the export mode, I don't see myself moving to the more portable option, which is the iPad Air M4 tablet with my 16-inch MacBook Pro or even my V16 Windows laptop. I'll be doing a follow-up video, of course, because again, looking for a more portable workflow using this tablet is my ultimate goal. So for this video, it's going to be a series, and hopefully with improvements on the iPad OS and integration with Mac OS, hopefully we get a big update that you can run actually the full Rekordbox on this tablet, like how we do it on the laptop. But for now, an option would be getting a MacBook Air 13 or maybe even getting the MacBook Neo 12-inch as a portable option for my DJing. All right, so that is the video, guys. If you like content like this, if you also have any suggestions on what I should tackle, hit me up in the comments. And again, please support the channel by liking the video, subscribing as well, and of course, follow me on all my socials at DJ Travis Monsod. So that's the video, guys. Again, I'll be coming out with another video as soon as we get a lot more updates when it comes to the tablet. Will I be selling this? Will I be keeping it? I don't know yet. But for DJing wise, we are not yet there when it comes to moving my DJ workflow to this more portable option. So with that, guys, I hope that this helps you what machine to get for DJing. As I always tell you, to stay future proof. All right, so I am out. I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.